Welcome guys. Today we are going to study on how to create Windows application in 2000 Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition. So what basically Windows application is the application that runs on your operating system, standalone applications. All standalone applications we can say as they are Windows applications. So for creating that, first open the Visual Studio 2019 or any Visual Studio that you have. Click on the create new project, filter with Windows or window, and you have to select Windows Form application with .NET framework. You just have to make sure that you are selecting C sharp. Click next, and you have to select the location from here where your project is going to be stored. You can give project name whatever you need. So we'll give the first project. You can select the .NET framework on which you need to build that particular application. Uh, Currently, I have selected to 4.6. Click on the create. So the window appears. If you already know this is an toolbox where from where we can choose which tool, which controls need to be rendered on the form, or for your application you need to which controls you need to use. So first of all, we'll know about this interface, know about the IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. It is a tool, that means Visual Studio, which is going to help us for creating an applications. That can be web or Windows and console, any kind of applications we can develop. So this is a property window. Okay, properties of selected control are listed here. You can change whatever property you need. For example, uh, this control is an Windows window form control. Okay, this is an interface for other controls to be placed on. Means what? It provides a platform for other controls. For example, if I need to create a text box over the form, we can directly uh, drag from the toolbox and we can put it on the form. So form is an interface, or it is a platform where we put the other controls. Okay, and if you see, if I am selecting the text box, then the properties are changing for the text box, and if I am selecting the form control, the properties are changing for the form control. So uh, it totally means which controls you are selecting. The properties for that will be listed to the property window. Now we'll see some interesting properties of the form control. First of all, very important property, that is name property. Every control need to be renamed. Why? Because if we are creating a project related with the any kind of management system. For example, if you are creating an inventory management system, and this form belongs to the login form, that the name of the form should be the login form, for your understanding. And also this can be programmatic name of your control. For example, if I am dragging the text box, if you see what the name of the text box is, text box 1. But what text box 1 is getting input, that you need to understand. That's why you need to rename it for your understanding, and as well as it's a programmatic name. that will help you to access the control from the code behind. We'll discuss on that on later video. The controls one by one I will show you. So first of all, I will change the name of this form. For example, first form. Don't put any space because it will shows an error. First form. You can use underscore if you want. You can check from the solution. Okay, if you see in code window, what I does is I just double click on the that form control that takes me to the uh, form load event in code means in code file .cs file. If you see here, the name of the control is first form that I currently renamed, just rename. Okay, you can access this form by using this name. Okay, how can we do that? I'll show you. So first, I need to change this caption of the form. If I need to change this caption, which is uh, the title of the form, then you have to make change in the text property of the form control. You can change it like my first form or application, whatever. Okay, it will appear on the title of the form. Okay, solution. One by one, I will tell you what windows I am using, what kind of what is these things, or what is. I already told you this is a toolbox where the all tools are listed. Tools in the sense, um, the controls that helps you to develop your application. If you are computer science student, if you are BSc students, then uh, you know some controls like button, checkbox, combo box, that time picker. One by one, in later video we will see individually. This is then solution explorer where all the resources from your project are listed. For example, the form that I've added, and the properties and the references and the uh, whatever resources you are adding to your project, it will be gets added to the solution explorer, or you can access those resources from the solution explorer. So another property is another important property is start position. Okay, start position means what? Current, if I run this form, for running this form or executing this program, you need to click on the start button, or uh, you can start debugging from here also, or else you can use the F5 shortcut key for that also. If you see the output of this first application program, it will appear from here for the first execution. If I execute it again, it appears here. If I execute it again, see, the destination or the location of the form appearance after executing the program is not decided. So if you want to decide that, then you can use the start position. So start position can be the center screen. Okay, you have to set it to the center screen because uh, if you run, see, feel the change. It is opening at the center of the screen. Okay, so this property helps you to set the start position of the form. Then important property is form border style. Currently it is sizable, means what? After getting an output, if it is in running mode, you can resize the form, which is not good thing. Okay, if you need You can set it like resize if the application needs that. It's totally depending on your application needs, which application you are designing. So basically, or mostly, it will be set to the fixed size. Okay, there are various values for these properties. That is none. If you to set it to none, then border will means there is no border. Then fixed 3D is also there. Fixed dialog is also there. Sizable fixed tool window. Okay, one by one, I will discuss when it comes in the project picture. Currently, I'm setting it is a fixed size. If you run this project, so see, you cannot resize the form. Okay, next property is next important property is that means I'm only telling you the most frequently used properties for the form control. Back color, from here are three types of colors are there. You can select any color if you want. See, okay. Then background image is also there. You can change the background image. Okay, there are two resources are there. One is the local resources, another is the project resources. um, Select the project resources because whatever file you are importing, whatever background you are giving to that particular form, that will be compulsory copied to your project. If you set it to local resource, if your project is reallocate locate to or migrate to the another machine, then it will not appears on your form because it is a local resource for that particular machine that remains on these machines only. The path will not find out on another machine. So select project resource as it is. You can set whatever image that you need from the background image property. Another one is background image layout. See, this image resolution is very low. That's why it is repeating on the on my form. If I run this form, you will see the results. If I maximize the form, then it is repeating or it is repeating the image. That will not looking good. So what is the solution for that? You can change the background image layout property to stretch. What is that? It stretches your image to all over the form. Okay, so another property that we learn is a background image layout. So currently I don't need any background to my form, so you can remove it from, you can select none. So another important and very frequently used property is window state. Okay, what window state is, after running your program, your window state is you can decide it as minimized and maximized and normal. Normal means um, whatever your form is in size. Suppose I am executing the program, it is open generally normal form. Okay, we'll change it to window state to maximized. See the difference. Okay, it maximizes while it is running, and if you set it to minimize minimized, sorry, then it will automatically minimize your form when it is run. It will run. Okay, you can resume that also. So I'll set it to normal. Okay, so these are the basic properties that you need to know as a beginner for project development or whatever your application you're building or developing. So in this video, what we learn, first of all, we learn how to create an first Windows application. What Windows application is? The Windows application is that runs on your Windows or your OS standalone applications. Okay, after that, after appearing an your first window form, how to execute that form or how to run that form, how to check the output, you have to click on the start button. Okay, or you can click F5 as well. You can press F5 as well as a shortcut key for the debugging. So these are some important windows, that is a toolbox where the all controls are listed category wise. If you see all window form, common controls, containers, menus, components, you can see the differences. You can categorize these controls. Okay, you can drag from the toolbox directly to your form control. Is it provides an interface or the platform for other controls. In the solution explorer, all the resources are listed. See the image that we are imported for the as a background for the form. Another important window is property window that allows you to change the behavior of your control. Okay, you can change the behavior, or you can what it can say, you can change the properties, various properties, and you can modify that particular control according to your needs. Another important window is server explorer. Actually we are using another database tool, that is SQL Server Management Studio. But this server explorer, what it does, you can create the database from here, you can connect database from here, and you can all the database activities we can monitor from here. Okay, so that's all for this video. In next video we'll learn how to use the label and text box control. We developed and small applications on that. Thanks for watching.